Welcome students, this is the last video of the revision, that is R3.6, right? In this video we are going to talk about the pregnancy and embryonic development. Okay students, so this topic is important for your examination, how the embryonic development occurs. Now in previous video we have already talked about the trophoblast layer. Trophoblast layer is the outer layer and the inner is inner cell mass. Now when we see the diagram and development of the embryo, right, it is like this. Okay, so if you see this over here, this is the inner lining. Over here there is a development like this. This is the embryonic development, right? Let's draw somewhat bigger so that we can understand it properly. Now, how the embryonic development is underwent and what are the changes which occurs in the embryo. The outer layer develops a finger-like projections, that is trophoblastic layer develops a finger-like projection which are referred as chorionic villi. Okay, chorionic villi. And right, trophoblast layer develops the finger-like projection which are referred as chorionic villi. Now in this case, when the uterine cells gets interdigited with it like this, it gets interdigited means it fills the gaps, and that is why this forms a tissue referred as placenta, right? So maternal side uterine tissue gets interdigited, both of this gets interdigited, and this forms placenta. Remember, placenta is structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. Remember this. This is structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. Okay students, this has been already discussed in our main videos, that it is structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. Now when we talk about this thing, right, let us understand more about it, that what is the function of the placenta. Generally placenta is connected to the developing embryo by a tissue or a cord referred as umbilical cord. So let's say this is an umbilical cord and this is the developing fetus, right? So when we say this is umbilical cord, right? So what happens? Placenta transports then oxygen and nutrients through via umbilical cord to what? It is passing it to the embryo or fetus. Okay, and in return fetus provides via umbilical cord to placenta is the carbon dioxide and excretory waste. These things are transported back. Remember this is very important. It transports the oxygen and other nutrients to fetus, and from fetus CO2 and excretory waste are transported to the placenta, and this is the structural and functional unit, right, between mother and fetus, right? Maternal tissue as well as the chorionic villi of the developing embryo is getting interdigited, means placenta is composed of both the tissues, maternal as well as the developing fetus embryonic tissue, right? So this is the case. Now what are the other functions of the placenta? When I say about the placenta, placenta also act as endocrine tissue. Placenta act as endocrine tissue. This endocrine tissue means it is going to secrete certain hormones. Now whenever there is a pregnancy, there will be release of certain hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin. Second one is HPL, that is human placental lactogen, right? As well as it also secretes other female sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone, right? It also secretes the female sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone, right? And later stage of pregnancy, it also secretes relaxin, which is very important. Okay. Now with this other hormones are thyroxine, cortisol, right? Thyroxine, cortisol, and next one is lactogen, right? Okay, that is the another hormone, that is prolactin. Okay, over here it will be prolactin. Okay students, so this is the third hormone. Now why these are released? These are very essential for fetal growth, then metabolic changes in mother, okay, and the third one, that is essential for maintenance of pregnancy. Okay, so these are the three importance of the hormones which plays key role in this all the three processes. Now this was about the functioning of the outer trophoblast layer, which is forming the chorionic villi. Now what will be the role of the inner cell mass, how this fetus is developed, that we will see. Okay students, so now we are going to discuss about the inner cell mass. As I have said that blastocyst has two layers, that is inner cell mass and trophoblast. Okay, now we will discuss about the inner cell mass. Okay, next one is at the same time inner cell mass, right? This starts to differentiate into, first it differentiate into two, right? Differentiate into two cell layers, that is germinal layers of the body. Remember chapter number 4 in 11th standard animal kingdom, we have discussed that a body is composed of three germinal layers. One is ectoderm and endoderm. Later it also develops mesoderm. Okay, now must remember this, that all these three germinal layers are going to form the body. This three germinal layer forms the tissue, organs and organ system of our body. Okay students, now what are the changes? Okay, let's discuss. In the very first month you will be able to hear the heart sound with the help of stethoscope, right? First month, right, you will be able to hear the heart sound, that is by the help of stethoscope. During the second month, limbs and digits gets developed. Okay, this you have to remember. Okay, at the 12 months, major organs of the body gets developed, and at the fifth month, right? Sorry, 12 weeks. During the functioning as we are saying about the 12 weeks, right? That is approximately the, if you calculate the month period, right, it is approximately 3 months, right? At the 5th month you can see the movement, right, of the body. And when you see at the 24th week, the body is covered by the hair. And finally at the 9th month the pregnancy is completed, means the fetus is fully developed and it is ready for the delivery. So this was about the pregnancy and embryonic development. Now we will discuss about the parturition. This is the last part, that is parturition and lactation of revision video 3.6, right? Parturition and lactation. Okay, now when we talk about the end result of pregnancy, right, parturition or childbirth is the end result of pregnancy. Now the gestation period, means the development of period of the fetus, is approximately 9 months, right? 9 months is the gestation period. After this gestation period, after it, strong contraction, right, or vigorous contraction of the uterus results in childbirth. Yeah, right? So strong contraction of uterus results in childbirth. That is also referred as parturition. Now it is a neuroendocrine mechanism. Parturition is neuroendocrine mechanism. Okay, students. So this mechanism states that if you see that when fully developed fetus, it starts with the fully developed fetus. The fully developed fetus in the mother's womb results in the mild contraction. That is called as fetal ejection reflex. Okay, this mild contraction will stimulate the maternal pituitary to release a hormone called as oxytocin, right? Maternal pituitary releases oxytocin, and this oxytocin will further helps to undergo more vigorous contraction. Okay, this will continue to contract. This will further increase more and more vigorous contraction, which is referred as labor pain. Okay, now ultimately more and more vigorous contraction will result in the expulsion of the developed fetus. Which is referred as childbirth, right? So this is the case. It is due to the neuroendocrine mechanism. Okay, so whenever there is a role of nervous system as well as hormonal activity, both are included, right? The continuous secretion of the hormones will result in stronger and stronger contraction of the muscles, and this will, the smooth muscles will contract. This will helps to result in the expulsion of the child, which is fully developed fetus. Later on it will be said as the child, right? Okay, young one. Now last one is about the lactation. You are familiar with the term lactation. Okay, after childbirth, mammary glands undergo mammary glands are undergoing the differentiation. Okay students, now when it undergoes differentiation, it will start to secrete the milk cells starts to secrete milk. Initial few days of the delivery, right after the delivery, the milk contains antibodies which are referred as colostrum. So initial few days contains colostrum antibodies, okay, and this provides colostrum, that is yellow color structure which contains antibodies. Sorry, it's again a mistake. Milk contains colostrum, yellowish structures which contains antibodies which provides the passive immunity to the child. So this is very important, that mother's milk is why much important. So students, this is entire completion of the revision topic and as well as a chapter of chapter number 3, human reproduction. I hope you will do well in the test. Thanking you all.